we cannot hit the pause button for very long in major economies around the world, and certainly not in the U.S. I think there's a 90-day limit shelf life on this policy, maybe 120-day shelf life. After that, you have to, you can't continue the shutdown policy because too many other things will start to happen. You'll get business failures on a grand scale, and you'll be taking risk that you'd go into depression. So I really don't think you can go too long with this policy. I think the shutdown policy, is rational at the beginning where the pandemic catches everybody by surprise and you really need to get the disease under control. But this is not a risk-based policy. It's a blanket type policy where all economic entities except those deemed essential are supposed to cease activity. And the economy can't behave like that. You've got all these businesses and nonprofit entities that have no revenue stream whatsoever. And yeah, they might have some cash on hand. They might have some other ways to survive for a while, but that can't go on indefinitely. You'll get too many business failures and you'll really do lasting damage. So I think we have to get away from the shutdown policy and towards something that is more about risk mitigation. We have lots of mortality risk around the economy, and we have lots of ways of handling that mortality risk. A couple that I'd like to mention are terrorism risk and traffic mortality risk. Both of those cases, can be, very dangerous. That doesn't mean we shut the economy down. We take risk mitigating measures in order to control terrorism risk. We take risk mitigation measures to have traffic safety and to try to prevent fatalities there. And I think the same thing has to be true for this disease or any other disease. You have to get more granular about exactly how you want to handle the mortality risk, and work toward that type of policy. The shutdown policy is way too much of a blanket policy where we're just going to shut everything down. That isn't working from an economic point of view, and can only be done in the earliest phases of the pandemic. But longer term, we're going to have to get a lot better at this.